Everyone here values friendship. That's a given. But sometimes, some people, we hesitate. I'm pretty sure most of you, if not all of you here, have probably had that experience of meeting someone new, and you want to make friends with that person, but you're too scared and too shy to even make a move. Whether it's shyness, trust issues, or fear of getting hurt, there are times where you don't dare to reach out to people, and even friends for that matter. I'm guilty of that, or I used to be. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, good evening.
Good evening.
I've shared this story before in my first speech, but let me share it again in a more refined manner. During my school years, I didn't have a lot of friends. People usually seem little. I think it all started when I entered primary school. I was a huge crybaby. I would cry over anything and everything. Heck, I even bawled my eyes in front of the whole class for an hour just because I couldn't close pencils. It was embarrassing, yeah. And people treated me differently because of it. I was either getting bullied because of it, or people treated me with kid gloves. I was hurt and felt patronized. And yes, I cried over that too. I cried a lot over the fact that I cried a lot. And this continued throughout secondary school. I was still crying. I was just quite ashamed. I'm supposed to be grown up. This is the time where I don't need to cry anymore. In my mind at the time, men aren't supposed to cry. It was then that, in the middle of it, I decided I need to flip this switch. I was tired of all the crying, the pain, the mistreatment from other people. So I told myself, hey, stop crying. You're grown up. Grow a thicker skin. And so I did. And strangely, it worked. Just me telling myself that. I didn't shed a single tear ever since then. Nothing got to me. I couldn't even cry, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. I was happy. I can live a peaceful life now without all the pain. Or so I thought. The thing is, there was a price to pay for all of that. I couldn't shed a single tear, but at the same time, I couldn't smile. Nobody in the world could make me sad. At the same time, nobody in the world could make me happy either. My face became static, and people considered me to be unemotional or insensitive. There are a number of times where I've gone into conversations with people, and the thing is, they start with a smile, and then I see it. I see that smile turns into a frown, and all because I have a stone face. And despite my unexpressionless, it did hurt. I wanted to connect to people, but every time I did, they turned down. On all of this, because I decided not to cry, decided to toughen up. I realized that I was pushing people away, and people didn't dare to come to me. I was so emotionless that people considered, a few of my classmates thought I was autistic, which I wasn't. But, there are times where I felt maybe I was, because I couldn't relate to people. Like how I couldn't keep up conversations with other friends without them getting sad over it. Suddenly, all those pain from sadness, from all that crying, they were replaced from loneliness and apathy. But I didn't care. I thought this was better than what I felt before, how I was before. Or so I thought again. Something changed. It happened during sixth form. mocked up Ruby. It was break time, and I was in class with some other classmates. And it was then that I saw it happen. My friend next to me, she was crying, but I didn't know why. I was more concerned about questioning, why is she crying? Then other people came to her, the other classmates, and they tried to comfort her. It took a long time, but in the end, she calmed down. But it was then that I realized something important. When she was crying, I felt nothing. Nothing at all. The people who helped, they didn't really know what to do, but they could empathize with her. For me, on the other hand, I was even worse. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't feel anything. I was so detached from my emotions, from people, that I've lost my humanity. Humanity to care for other people, to relate, and to socialize. I lacked all of them. I lacked the knack to do every one of them. The thing is, I've always thought that those were what made people human, the emotions. And to suddenly realize that I've lost all of them, the numbness mixed with pain was unexplainable. I realized that I became apathetic all of these years. That night after the incident, I was laying in my bed and contemplating. I was questioning myself. What have I become? What will become of me? Will I be alone? I thought I could handle being alone, but it was so long since I've socialized with other people that I've lost the touch of becoming human. That's when I realized I would rather have a bleeding heart than to have no heart at all. That night I decided to change, decided to flip the switch again. I needed to get out of my comfort zone one more time, to reach out to people and unite with society again. And I'll admit, the thing is, the first few steps, they were hard. It was so awkward, and I felt so forced being there. But that didn't stop me. University, UBD, a new chapter in my life. A new state, clean state, finally. At this time, I need to be more outgoing. I needed to join more clubs, join more committees, and make an effort to talk to people. Still, people were, it was awkward, I will admit. Still slow, but I did see something. I saw progress. All the effort that I made was worth it. All the times that I reached out to people, the people finally reciprocated back. And then I wasn't lonely anymore. The thing is, I've gotten involved with so many people, and so many people have gotten involved with me. And they turned to friends, good friends, and then families. These people brought color to my life. I've gone into more circles, I hung out more, and I realized I felt belonged. From theater to performing arts club, UBDFM, and to even Toastmasters. All of these are the many families I have made throughout my journey, and I cherish each and every one of them. More importantly, I've noticed changing myself too. I've noticed that I can empathize, I can feel again. I'm human. I can smile more often. However, the biggest highlight of all of this was probably during the last class of theater. We were celebrating, we were having a farewell party to celebrate and congratulate our performances. and we did our last bonding activity. And that hit everyone hard. A lot of people cried that day. It was because we grew so close to each other, and to not do it anymore, it hurts. All the hardships that we've been through, and now we stopped seeing each other again. Truth is, I didn't cry, but I'd be lying if I said I felt empty too. Inside, I did feel sad that all this was over, but I realized I felt happy that it happened. I felt happy that I've experienced all these roller coaster rides of emotions with these people, to experience these people and have that bond with them. And that's when a friend of mine approached me. He was giving me this gesture, looked me in the eyes and said, "Thank you." I was speechless back then, because I thought I was reaching out to other people. I was just happy being at anybody's side, but I never knew that I gave something in return to them. It was at that point I finally realized the true power of friendship. I finally belonged to other people, and that the fear of being alone was not there anymore. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, I have underestimated the power of companionship. I thought I didn't need companions or friends, but I was wrong. It's through friendship and camaraderie that we have happiness. It is from there that we discover other people and we discover ourselves. That is how we better ourselves and how we find our humanity. In fact, isn't that what humans have evolved from? Society? Ladies and gentlemen, in the coming year, please cherish your friends that you have, and don't be afraid to reach out to new people and create bonds with them too. And that's what I've learned throughout these series that I've lived. As Hubert H. Humphrey, has said, friendship, the greatest gift in life is friendship. And I have received that gift. I hope that the next year will be a great year for you. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster Hilman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hilman, for your inspiring speech.